is Carmen, and I'm realizing it seems really dark in here. Hold on, you guys. This is the first time in the new place. Is it just my camera? Do we need another candle? Is it too dark, you guys? Hold on. Let me see if this helps. No, that seems to make it worse. All right. We might have to deal with a little bit of a darker vibe today. Maybe. Anyways, hi, welcome to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and I just moved into a new place, so I'm still adjusting. And today we have a reading about somebody who feels like an imposter. In a room full of equals, I stand in doubt, a stranger in my own triumphs, shadows cast about. We have the Nymph card as well. In this mundane world, now I roam. Inside this concrete jungle, where is my home? Hello, Key Controller. It is. Hello, David. How are you doing? Hello, Tito. Hello, DFA. That's so funny, DFA. I'm glad to hear it. I hope that means you get a little extra time to yourself. Hello, how's it going, Deborah? You guys, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna see if this makes it better. I'm like obsessed with lighting, okay? Give me a moment. Maybe that'll help. A little bit of sunlight in my cave. That did help. Okay. It's like I have a blanket over the window because I like to control the light. Oh, thank you, DFA. Yes, new energy. I'm very excited. Hello, West Coast. Danny, how are we doing today? All right, so the benefit is I have my wind chimes back. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time, shall we? I went for extra. Just like... so look, what we have here is somebody who feels like they don't fit in. And so there is a temptation to be a little bit fake. And I don't even know that it's just a temptation. I think they realize if they were genuine, they might not be able to stay or fit in where they are. So it could be a bit of a challenge for them to step into their own energy or stay in their own energy. And I feel like this is gonna cause some problems. Now, you're gonna have to be patient with me because these cards, they're all in the same place. But the ones that I had on my desk, like in front of me, they're all in a different place. Like this bookshelf used to be on this side of me. So I'm gonna like reach for cards over here and they'll be like, oh, they're over here. Just be patient with me, okay? Hello, Hannah. How are we doing? Oh, no worries. It's always a pleasure to read for you, Hannah. I hope your week is going well. Hello, Randall. Hello, James. Oh, thank you. I think the little bit of sunlight helps. Thank you, Deborah. Danny, I'm a little tired, but I'm good. It's feeling like things are kind of getting set up now, a little bit more established. We have a different, is it tapestry or tapestry, you guys? I think it's tapestry, right? It's the Tree of Life. I have a little miniature version of it over there on the wall too. I haven't decided where the moon one is gonna go, which was in the background before, but I'm sure I'll find a home for it. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, James. Lost a wrestling match to your mom? Hey, your mom brought you into this world. She can also take you right out, so you know. Nobody should make fun of you for that. Hello, Elmax, how are you doing? All right, this is the Royal Fez, or the Moroccan Tarot. We have the Two of Swords, Judgment in the reverse, and the Moon. Ooh, I don't like this. This is like, in order to be a part of what I want to be a part of, I feel like I have to, oh, I need that down here. I feel like I have to pretend to be someone that I'm not. So it's interesting because I was just listening to Mac Miller, and I feel like he was a good example of this like really talented energy that maybe had to be like a little bit uncomfortable because he was surrounded by people who were being fake. So we have someone who's hiding part of themselves or feeling like, you know, in order to get through this education or in order to get into this club, in order to get accepted into this subculture, I'm gonna have to make a decision about how genuine to be or how much of myself to show the people around me. Hello, Rob. How are you doing? Hello, Tom. Hello, Karuna. What's happening? I hope y'all are having a good day. So we have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. It's like, I don't want them to know who I really am just yet. Like, I need to get a lay of the land. I need to figure out what's going on. So this negative, heavy energy that I'm feeling is like this new environment. So it could be someone who's starting a new job. It could be somebody who is meeting a new like social circle. But it's like I have to be a little bit quiet and figure out what's going on around me before I'm really honest about my energy or open up to other people around me. Okay. So not necessarily that this imposter syndrome is someone who enjoys being fake and manipulating people. It's more so like there's a pretty heavy energy of everyone needs to assimilate. I don't know that I want to assimilate, but I know that I have to at least kind of like make it through the first couple days, right? Hello, Shayla. How are you doing? Thank you. It took a little while. It took a little while, I'm not gonna lie. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Because if I just like dive right in, or if I show people who I really am, if I don't try to fit in, I might lose this job, or I might not be asked to come back, or you know, maybe I won't get that like album deal. And that's sometimes the reality, right? In order to get where we want, sometimes we have to be just a little bit like reserved or quiet. We have the Magician in the reverse and the Page of Wands in the reverse. I'm not going to show people what I'm really capable of, not yet. I'm going to see what everybody else is working with. Okay, what was that movie? I think it was called Center Stage. And it had a young, oh, what's her name? I can't think of the actress's name, but she was the green chick in Guardians of the Galaxy. I love her, but she was a dancer in this movie. And it's like people are obviously super competitive trying to get into a dance program. And in addition to having your skill set compared to everybody around you, there's also going to be some like social pressures, right? So it's, I think, fairly natural for people to have a little bit of a mask on as they get used to each other or get to know each other. But this is someone who's like, I don't want to just put all of my energy out there. I don't want to show how dedicated or how skilled I am. I want to see what else is going on before I show everything I'm working with or everything that I've got in terms of that skill set. Yes, Zoe Zaldana. Green chick sounds lovely. She pulled it off, you know? So we have the Page of Cups in the reverse and the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. So the main chick in that movie, Center Stage, there was definitely some doubts whether or not she was going to be able to be accepted into the program. And there was a lot of judgment about like, you know, what other training have you been in? What other programs? Do you have like other dancers in your family? This is someone who's very aware of the fact that there could be like a loss of an opportunity here. Maybe I get kicked out if I have the wrong beliefs. Maybe if I admit, you know, what my end goal is, people will laugh at me. When I started the YouTube channel, I didn't tell people what I was working on. I was just like, I've got this new project, that's all. I'll tell you more about it later on down the line, because I didn't want people to like judge me for it, right? Like, oh, you think you're gonna do good on YouTube? Oh, okay, that's weird. So we have somebody who has been practicing, and we have someone who has been honing a skill. But because of all of this social energy, which can be highly competitive and a bit judgmental, there's like a little bit of shyness. Like, I need to figure out what else is going on with everyone before I show what I'm working with, before I show what my skills are. And I do feel like this is someone who is extremely skilled. So they have the ability to be, you know, one of the best. So we have the Ace of Wands, Temperance, and the King of Swords. But I'm going to wait, and then I'll show off what I've been working on once I see what everyone else is doing. Like, if you were ever in like English class or speech class, and it's, you know, everyone has to give like their persuasive speech today, there weren't a lot of people who were like, oh, I'll go first. I was one of those nerds that would, by the way. I want to see what everybody else has, and then I'll go. Like, when everyone's bored of listening, then I'll do my speech. You're funny, DFA. Of course. Hello, Andy. How are you doing? All right, this is the Pulp Tarot. What else do we have? Five of Wands, the Magician, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. See, I think our main person here, the imposter, they came through as the Magician in the reverse, and now they're coming through as the Magician, which is like a reveal, right? Like, there's all this competition, everybody's angling to be seen in a certain light, and I'm gonna hold back a little bit because I know everybody is like trying to judge. Can you see that all right? And once everybody seems to have assumed that I don't really have what it takes, then I will show you that I'm actually quite skilled, or I'm actually pretty gifted in this, right? This would be the pulp, like Pulp Fiction. Hello, COG, how are you doing? Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups in the reverse. There's definitely some backstabbing energy here. People who say one thing but mean another, or hey, you know, I can lend you that, or I could teach you this. But the reality is everybody's competing for a particular spot, or everybody is trying to be seen as the most skilled. We could probably also compare it to Black Swan, another dancing movie, oddly. But it's hard for individuals to be trusting or genuine because of that competitive nature. Our magician character realizes that, you know, now is the time. They make a decision to do something a little bit out of the ordinary. If I recall, in that movie Center Stage, I think the main character, I can't remember her name, ended up doing like a very different type of dance, maybe even hip hop, in order to be considered for that prestigious spot within a dancing program. So this could be someone who's like, I'm gonna do something that's a little bit different. Some people may not be here for it. Some people, you know, may not understand it, but I've got to do something that helps me stand out from the crowd. And this is how I can differentiate, or this is the way I think it should be done, or this is the kind of dance that makes me love what I do. Yes, DFA. What else do we have? 10 of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. There's a backstabbing incident here. Oh, you don't have shoes? Let me, lend you some. Oh, you don't have a ride? I'll give you a ride. But then, just kidding. I feel like in Black Swan, there was an issue between Natalie Portman's character and Mila Kunis's character, where she ends up letting Natalie Portman's character sleep in on an important trial day, and then Mila Kunis is like stepping in as the swan, right? It's like, well, you snooze, you lose, and if I have an opportunity to take your spot, then I'm going to. So this magician is keenly aware of, like, it's just me. I can't really trust anybody else because it is so competitive. Tito, have you ever tried La Cumbia? That's my favorite. We have the 2 of Swords in the reverse and Temperance in the reverse. So I feel like I have this skill. I feel like I can do this thing. Maybe it's musician, maybe it's, art. But when I realize how competitive it is and how much ego there is and the propensity for people to betray or backstab you, it makes me question whether or not I really want to be a part of it because it's intense. This could be somebody who's not naturally super social or prefers to have time to themselves. But when they get into this particular community, it's a lot of pressure for multiple reasons. And I don't feel like I can trust everyone. There's a lot of illusion and there's a lot of like jockeying for the same position because if you lose or if you get kicked out, then they have a better chance. Hello, is it Ekison? I'm sorry if I said it wrong. It's true. Shayla would like to be saying pet names, but Ekson, if you could call me Carmen, I would prefer that. We've got the Page of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. There could be someone who gets fired or someone who realizes they don't make the cut. Now I'm seeing Rosie O'Donnell and Madonna in A League of Their Own. How they were like kind of talking about the other girls during tryouts. Like, no way, you're not gonna make it. That like holier than thou kind of judgment energy. All right, this is the Edgar Allan Poe. What else do we have? It's going well, thank you. This is the first live stream in my new place. It feels good to have things situated. Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. I sure appreciate it. All right, so we have the 4 of Wands, Knight of Cups. This is that like offer or, you did the tryouts, did you make the cut? And there are some people who don't. And this could be the reason why we have some friendships falling by the wayside or falling on hard times, because some people get chosen, some people don't. You either made the dance team or you didn't. The Fool. There could be some manipulative energy here, like I need to make sure that I'm chosen, so if that means that I need to talk down on you or not give you a ride or make it so that you can't find the shoes that you need, so be it. I will not be able to remember this gentleman's name, but I do feel like there was maybe even an Olympics tryout or like a major sporting event where a gentleman's shoes were hidden, I think because of racial motivations, to be honest. And he ended up running faster than all of them anyways, even though he had to like do so in shoes that were too small for him. This is like, if I push you under the bus and then you don't make the team, that works for me because then it's one less person I have to compete against, right? Hello, JR, how are you doing? Page of Pentacles in the reverse. King of Swords in the reverse. Nine of Cups. Yeah, I really feel like this is everyone's just thinking about themselves, what they need to do to win. And if they make promises or if they're nice to your face, it's not a guarantee that you can count on them or that things will go the way that you're hoping to see them go or how they promised. All right. We're going to go with a few from the Energy Oracle. Hello, Oracle. How are you doing? Someone who keeps calling me pretty instead of Carmen. Hello, Gab. How are you doing today? Thank you for the tip. Tea with Al and me. I got you. Thank you. Oh, I missed you too. Thank you. It's going well. How about you? All right, we've got rest and rejuvenation. Door to value. So sometimes people prioritize business over the social element and they get a lot of crap for it. If you've ever worked in an office where people really enjoy going out to happy hour, for example, or even get involved with each other romantically, there's almost always someone who's like, nah, I'm not interested. I think I'm just gonna hang out by myself. I'll get a little extra sleep. I'm focused on how to get my money right. I'm focused on how to get promoted. Is it nice if y'all think I'm cool or you think I'm funny? Sure, but that's not my priority. My priority is getting that promotion, or my priority is getting that top spot, right? This Magician is blocking off the social element here, focusing on the competition, because it's like, I know that I can't trust any of you, and I know that I have the skills to potentially get that title spot, right? Hello, Drew. How are you doing today? Yeah, we have a new tapestry. It's not the same room, James. If you peep my posts, you'll see a picture of the bookshelf in front of this with nothing on it. It took a lot to get it over here, but it's here. All right, so then we have action. A sense of competition, right? Somebody who feels like, yeah, I could get involved in the social element. I could, you know, try to flirt with people or see what else I could get going in addition to competing for that top spot or that, you know, job that I want. But I don't want to get distracted. I know what I want, and that's my focus. But sometimes those people get a bad rap. Sometimes people are like, oh, I see. So we're like not good enough to be your friend. I think this Magician's right. I think they're making the right choice because the people that they're competing against can't be trusted. Like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna walk in by myself, or I'm gonna drive myself. I'm not gonna ask you for any favors. I'm not gonna ask you for any directions because I don't think I can trust you, and I'm focused on the future. I'm focused on what I could build for myself. So we have the cart, the Chariot. I'm not gonna trust anybody to help me get where I need to go. I have to work on my skills and, wow, another reference to the future. I think people are starting to talk about this person, maybe because they're jealous, maybe because the magician actually gets what they want, but there's a highly competitive energy here. I know I can get that top billing, or I know I can get, you know, the manager position, or I know I can close that really big deal. But along with success, often you deal with people who are trying to get into your inner circle for the wrong reason, or people who are a little bit jealous. So we have the Devil card. Focusing on the work, focusing on what needs to be managed, or, you know, if I need to go exercise, or if I need to practice a routine, if I need to get extra sleep, then I'm gonna do that, even if it means that you all aren't feeling paid attention to. Sorry, I have to turn my do not disturb on. Forgot it. It's true. So we have the Queen of Clubs, which is the Queen of Wands, in the reverse. And the King of Diamonds, which is the King of Pentacles. All right, I'm just gonna say it. Y'all can judge me if you want, but when I lived in the Minneapolis area, to me, the King of Diamonds is tied to a place you go to dance without clothes on. Not you. You would like generally go watch other people dance without clothes on. So it also says vice and immorality at the bottom here. I feel like we have people, like if you go on like a work trip or whatever, there's always going to be those people who want to like go out and get wasted, or people who are like out there stepping out on their relationships. There are people here who are trying to tempt this magician. Like, yeah, you want to practice, or you want to get extra sleep, or, you know, you feel like you need to study, whatever. We're going out partying. We're going to go have some fun. We're going to like blow off some steam, because this is a lot of pressure. This magician's like, nah, I'm good on that. I'm not interested. See, because you might wake up late and not be able to achieve what it is that you're focused on, or you might, you know, completely ruin your chances to get hired, or stand out amidst the crowd. I'm not willing to sacrifice that. I worked at a place that had maybe too many 20-something employees, where if you showed up to training late, they would make you take a shot. I don't think that's legal, but they were small enough to do what they want, I guess. I think the choice was you could either take a shot, or you could sing a song in front of everybody. Most of these people were hungover. You know what I mean? There are consequences for these folks that are prioritizing the social, or the vices, right, over the actual goal. Like, we're here to work, we're here to do tryouts, whatever it might be. And this magician, they're not getting distracted. So there's some hate, or some jealousy, some frustration towards this magician for being so focused on what it is that they want to achieve. They're not willing to risk it and lose their opportunity just for a little bit of fun, right? Night out on a town, anything like that. Nope, I'm here to win. So we have the Queen of Diamonds, or the Queen of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. So I have my protection level up, or I have my defenses up. I'm not going to risk anything. I'm focused. Hello, Joey. How are you doing? Hello, Laura. I hope you're having a good day. Joey, you're funny. Yo. Thank you, James. Let me add that for you. Oh, I'm sure she does, but we will make sure. Oh, I'm so sorry you're going through that. I bet she's watching over you. And yes, I will use the Golden Girls. Sending you some healing energy, James. What else? And we'll start those personal questions in about 5 minutes, okay? So we have the Five of Pentacles and wow. Wow, okay. That's blowing my mind. And the Page of Swords. So it's blowing my mind. So Five of Pentacles is like somebody who's off on their own, right? Left out of the party. But this is intentional. I didn't want to invite to the party. I'm not going to join the party because I'm focused. But then we also have spy, rival, and traitor at the bottom. And it also says imposter on this card, as well as sudden event. This feels to me like there's an issue. And everybody's like, man, this magician made the right choice to not get involved in this party. And now they're going to be looking like the better choice. And we're going to show up late or we're going to get in trouble. This is the B Tarot. What else do we have? Have a good one, Drew. Have a good one, Karuna. What else do we have? The Nine of Jars. The Nine of Jars would be like wish fulfillment, like getting what you want. Everybody's showing up late. Maybe everyone's showing up hungover. And this magician's like, well, I'm ready. Do you just want to give me the title? Do you just want to give me the trophy? Because it looks like everybody else is struggling. They lost sight of their priorities, and that's why they're stumbling. Nine of Jars is followed by the Four of Pentacles in the reverse and the Queen of Swords in the reverse. There's so many haters here. They're like accusing each other, like, you're the reason my alarm clock didn't go off, or you're the reason that, you know, I showed up late. You're the reason that my outfit got snagged or spilled on, right? Eight of Swords. I think there are multiple people here who felt like they were better than the magician, and they're realizing that by partaking in, you know, the partying or staying up late, or maybe even flirtations with other people, that they have made it that much more complicated to actually achieve their goal. So with this Two of Wands, we have some people who are having to make plans elsewhere, or they're having to rewrite their goals. Hello, Lil Dank, how are you doing? Thank you, Shayla. Let me add that for you. Should I take 6 months to a year away from them? I've added that for you. Thank you, Shayla. What else do we have? Ace of Swords in the reverse. Nine of Pentacles. The magician's getting their flowers, getting chosen. I didn't listen to everybody who was making me feel like, you know, I wasn't part of the group or I couldn't make it. I listened to my intuition. I acknowledged that I needed to go my own way, or, you know, make sure that I got enough sleep for that exam. And look at me go. They're getting the offer. Prince of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. They stayed focused, and as a result, I feel like they're getting what they want. They're getting chosen. The other people who may have felt entitled or may have felt like it was only a matter of time before they got chosen, they're realizing, not gonna work out. How's it going, Tiana? Yay, you. It's hot, but it's, you know, we're making it work. What else? Three of Pentacles. I feel like this magician gets what they want because they were not distracted by the social element, or they didn't get like fixated on the envy or the competitive nature in a bad way. It's healthy to have competition in a lot of situations, but it can also veer into insanity, a la Black Swan, if you let it. But this magician was like, no, I think I need to stay focused. I'm not going to get caught up in some sort of, you know, love affair or partying too much. I came here for a reason, and that's what I'm focusing on. And that's why I'm not in a world of hurt today, or I'm able to focus and get done what I wanted to instead of being, you know, distracted or hurting from a hangover. Yes, indeed. It's weird, right? I think it's because the lights, maybe you can see a little bit better if I do this. The lights are around the tapestry instead of just on the bookshelf. I feel like that helps. All right, we're gonna dive into personal questions. This is the Noisy Tarot, and we've got Gab up first. Hey Brad, if you would like to be, or sorry, Brandon, if you would like to be respectful, you are more than welcome to stop on by some other time. But if you want to be a little bit of a hater, I feel like there's so many other channels out there that you could do it and get that attention that you're looking for. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing today? Hello, Obsession. I love it. Your name is about the movie. I really need to go see that movie. It happens, Tiana. All right, so for Gab, we have General plus T with L and Gab. So what does Gab need to know, please? 10 of Pentacles in reverse. 5 of Swords. King of Pentacles. Two of Swords in the reverse and 2 of Pentacles in the reverse with the Sun. So there's someone, Gab, who's trying to make things more complicated for you. It's like, I would like to see you lose your job, or I would like to see you feel like your family doesn't like you. I would like to see you struggle financially. So they're sending this negative energy your way. But even though they're doing that, you still have good karma. So you're coming through with this King of Pentacles energy. This is like, be aware that there's someone here who's trying to trip you up or trying to cause negative things in your life. But there's like this, like this bouncy, happy energy that's really protecting you. It's like if somebody was trying to insult you and they say, oh my gosh, you're so like immature. And somehow you like twist that into a compliment and you don't let it like insult you at all or affect you at all. You're just kind of like, thanks. And you go about your way. You have this like you don't register it if it's BS. Okay, so you're trying to like ruin my mood or make me feel bad about myself, and it's not gonna work. This is what's protecting you against this negative energy that someone's sending your way. Almost like a nice drive. That's not gonna work. It's helping you. So don't let go of that. It's kind of like almost dismissive, but in like a really fun way. And I love that for you. Someone's trying to send this negative energy your way, but your exuberance or your desire to make people laugh or stay in a good mood, it's making it like impossible for them to cause this chaos in your life for your finances. Are you out there? Maybe she'll show up now. All right, and what about T between Gab and Al, please? What is the T between Gab and Al? So I see someone focused on work, spending a lot of time alone. This could be you or Al or both. You know, I'm not going to get too caught up in the social element, kind of similar to the general reading, actually. And by virtue of kind of cutting back on the social element, there is something here that helps you to move forward in a very meaningful way. And because of that individual progress, it's leading to, like, maybe now I can feel a little bit more comfortable in a relationship. Maybe I have a little bit more time or a little bit more confidence for that. Hello, Becca. How are you doing today? Anything else regarding the T between Al and Gab, please? Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Ten of Wands. So whether it's you or Al or both of you, there is lessons being learned or karma being addressed regarding emotional availability or emotional maturity. I know that I wasn't necessarily approaching the relationship in the right way, or I know that maybe I was, you know, a little naive, or maybe I could have communicated in a better way. But I've been doing the work, or I've been focused on what I need to, and now I feel like I'm more capable of connecting to somebody in a real way. So I love this. Is this both of them? It's both of you. So, like, give yourself a little pat on the back and know that Al is working on this too. All right, let's see what we've got for James. Oop, no, gotta do the Golden Girls. I hope you're having a good one. Hello, Donald. How are you? You're welcome, Gab. All right, so for James, does Granny miss James? You sure betcha. Page of Cups. Any message from Granny to James, please? Page of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. The Magician. Seven of Pentacles and the reverse. Ten of Pentacles. You're about to make it look easy. So what I'm seeing in my mind is like a figure skater. Someone who can do, like, what is it, like a triple axel? I don't know, like a big old flip with some spinnies. Those are the technical terms. This is like, you're about to show everybody how naturally skilled you are. You're about to make something look real easy that is not easy. And it gets you this Ten of Pentacles. So is this financial success, please? Is this about, like, a sense of belonging? Yes. So not saying anything in terms of, like, bad with the finances. I think that's going to go along with it. But the focus here is, if you felt like there is some... like you've got some good friends, but you would like to feel a little bit more like you found, like, your soul tribe, you're about to feel that way. So this could be because you're traveling, or this could be even moving, right? But there's a positive impact on your social situation, and it's like you just, like, fall right into it. It just, like, works out for you. And people are like, how did you manage that? And you're gonna be like, because I look cool? Hello, have you seen my leopard print onesie? Wouldn't you want to be my friend? Oh, and my boots. I love that card so much. Ooh, I gotta be careful. So this is like a new social environment or a new friend, a new like building a rapport with someone where it just feels like you've known each other forever. So you've got some good stuff coming your way, and Granny is excited about it, and she's like, you better put your best pants on. You better go get a haircut. Better wash behind your ears. Because you're about to walk away from something that has been frustrating in a social sense. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. You drinking Dr. Pepper without me? That's not fair. Oh, that's good. You can take a little bit of a break, right, James? All right. I love that for you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, James. All right, let's see what we have for Shayla, shall we? This is the Egyptian Tarot. Shayla is wondering, should I take 6 months to a year away from them? Should Shayla take 6 months to a year away from them? No. Tell me more, tell me more. The Sun. The Knight of Swords. The Empress. King of Wands. So there is on the near horizon, in the near future, an opportunity for this person to demonstrate that they are leaving some old habits or behavior in the past and leveling up. The Sun is about enlightenment. The Empress to me is talking about like emotional maturity. The King of Wands is somebody who's like going after a new approach. And this is with the Knight of Swords happening in the very near future. So this is like there's someone here who's being put to a test. Maybe it's you and this person. But they might actually do it. They might actually level up. They might go through this ego death, or they might see things differently. They might show you that they're able to deal with those shortcomings or those obstacles. So we have the Ace of Cups, kind of sideways. Give it a little bit. I feel it's like within 3 weeks. And you'll know whether this person has fixed the issue, if they have addressed what was making it feel challenging. And then after that, if they haven't learned this, if they haven't leveled up, then it makes sense to move forward. Then it makes sense to, you know, go no contact or step away, get a little bit of distance between you and this person. But you got to give them time to make that decision. Justice. Page of Swords in the reverse. They haven't made that decision yet, but it's looking like they're going to make the right decision, which might make your day. Yes. Not too long, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping the video if you're able to. Thank you for the kind words about my new place. And I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.